Now, when building fiberglass parts, you got to start with a mold first. Now, we're going to cast our mold right off the original hood. It's going to be a lot easier to modify the steel hood before we make the mold rather than have to modify the fiberglass hood later. So that means we got some prep work to do. I transferred the measurements from the intake onto the hood and laid out exactly where I'm going to have to cut the hole. But I'm not going to chop it out yet because I want to keep this hood as rigid as possible while I build the mold off of it. Now, we're also going to add a contoured lip all the way around the outside. That way, this thing isn't going to end up looking like a stock hood that we just chopped a hole out of. This hood was sandblasted, then sealed up with epoxy primer. 80 grit will knock down the surface so the filler will stick. My design calls for deleting the factory trim, so I'll smooth off the contours left behind. Now, what I'm building here is called the plug. It only has to last long enough to pull a mold from, so that means I don't have to burn all my time hand forming pieces and metal finishing. I'm using plastic filler, but really, and you could use anything from modeling clay to paper mache, just as long as it holds its shape long enough to make your mold. While the plug is disposable, keep in mind that the mold is going to have the exact same shape, so it does need to be straight. A little extra time spent here will save a lot of time prepping the final part for paint. With the majority of the hood flattened out, I can start building the lip. Now, leaving the tape on up to this point means I already have a slight edge that'll act as a guide. I used a razor blade and cut a notch out of a plastic spreader. This should act just like a Fun Factory, except with Bondo instead of Play-Doh, so don't eat it. It's gonna take several coats to get what I'm after, shaping and sanding as I go. If you've always heard not to put filler on thicker than a dime, you can forget it when you're building a plug. Pack it in till it's full. Just make sure to spread it in several thin layers to avoid heat buildup. I still got a lot of sanding to do, but once I finish smoothing this all out, I'll get it primed and painted, just like any other body panel. And I know this thing looks a whole lot different than the last time you saw it. You might be asking yourself, why on earth do you have to finish this thing out this perfect just to use it for a plug? Well, the answer is, this looks exactly how the finished product is going to look. So if there's any flaws in this, you're going to have the same exact flaw in your final hood. At this stage, we need to get this thing all sealed up with wax. That way we can put the part all on it, get our mold off of it. I'm using a wax specifically designed for plugs that'll seal up any pores in the surface. The application is the same as any other wax. It's just a little thicker than the stuff you use on your car, so it is harder to polish off. All right, just have to do this 2 more times for a total of 3 coats, and we can move back into the booth. Next comes the release film. It's water-based and goes on using conventional spray equipment. It does just what the name says, creates a film that'll help the mold release from the plug. Now, don't lay it on too heavy or it will fisheye. Build it up in 4 or 5 light coats. Tooling gel is a gel coat designed to withstand numerous heat cycles, so it's ideal for molds. Now, it does spray like spackle, so use a primer gun with the biggest fluid tip you've got. 3 coats will get the thickness I need. After about an hour, I finally get to stick down some glass. Now, this is standard 2-ounce mat, and I'm using a tooling resin for the mold. It's more stable than production resin. It won't shrink or move. What this does is works all the air bubbles out and pushes the mat and the resin down into that gel coat. Now, make sure to keep the roller clean by dipping it in lacquer thinner now and then, or it'll start to grab the mat and tear it up. That's it. That is the first of 4 layers that I need to put down on this thing. I'll tell you what, this thing's looking good. Now at this point we have all the fiberglass laid down and I've got some bracing put on there. Now the bracing, I just used some old plywood because as I said earlier, this stuff wants to shrink and move as it cures. This will help keep it in position. Now we're ready to pop this thing apart and see what our mold is going to look like. That snap is it coming apart. There it goes. Ha-ha! Well guys, good news. The hardest part here is done. We've got our plug done and our mold is now almost ready to rock. All I have to do is get it cleaned up, get the parting film off, wax it, then we can start building our actual hood. I got the mold here all finished out. It's been trimmed, waxed, prepped, cleaned, and we're ready to lay down the gel coat. It's gonna form the actual face of our brand new hood. This is standard gel coat, and unlike the tooling gel I used on the mold, it's not designed to withstand numerous heat cycles. It's for making a single part, but it is a lot cheaper. This is the same 2-ounce mat I used for the mold. I'm building up 2 layers, allowing it to dry in between. A street hood would normally be 3 or 4 layers thick, but we're trying to keep it as light as possible. I'll go back and add an aluminum reinforcement later. Now, a lot of the time when you're building fiberglass parts, a part number tag goes underneath the final layer of fiberglass. That way, as it's going through the production and being warehoused and shipped out and all that kind of stuff, you know the part number. Well, this thing is a one-off muscle car piece, so we need to tag it. Perfect. One of a kind, baby. One of a kind. All right, man. Moment of truth. Ooh, there it goes.
Not too bad.
There's our new Comet hood. All we got to do is trim off the edges, set it back in the car. Hopefully it fits. Sand down the edges, square it up a little bit. We'll see if it fits. I still got to build some stanchions and pins, but see how it looks.
And a little trimming, that thing be in good shape.
That looks pretty darn good.
That's one step closer to driving this thing, man. I can't hardly wait.